All right, back at it. We did some trading. We talked about that before. Voice of Absu found nothing. Floating Eye. Found just one site in the ocean, but we can recruit cheap initiates there. Excuse me. So that is worth noting. Um, might as well build a lab and start getting some initiates, because why not? I don't think we need Ictiads here. Yeah, let's go ahead and that'll be plenty. Put you guys over here, and then Amaru can retreat if he needs to. Nawala decided to do a double cast of Attack You with Birds. So here we've got PD and Abyss. Abyss is over here with her pike. The birds attack the PD, which gives her a chance to put up her fire shield. And then once she has fire shield, it's all over for the birds, because they'll just turn into fried chicken as they fry themselves on her skin. Found two sites here. Prophet, Protopoop, the Protopope. Oh, the Protopope is a Holy 4, I think, so that might be a Holy 5. Pretty cool. There's mine. There's Antupka's. Some blood hunting. Assassination attempt by Satis. This is an assassin that they got. Like a merc is what I'm trying to say. He's got a dust dagger, which means that he hits really hard. He has attack skill 16, defense 17. Apex has defense 22, however, so she can usually block him. And then she calls down lightning with her Thunderhammer. Nawala attacked again. So I trolled them in the main chat because I'm like, what are you doing attacking us when you've got 50 Anakites on your door? But hey, that's their choice. Here's a Sky Speaker with a Spellsinger harp, Sun Speaker, and this Sylph. Storm Speaker with Knight armor, which makes sense. I mean, you want a you want a nice cheap armor for these guys, but I am reminded of just how frail Nawala's mages are. In any case, they're just fighting PD, so they've got no problem dealing with that situation. Relay liberated themselves from these. But they didn't liberate themselves. They conquered this place. Against some Vine Kings. Maybe they liberated themselves. I don't know. In any case, they've got their Mind Blasts, which are notorious for messing up enemy mages. They don't do anything against the Vine Ogres, but if this guy gets Mind Blasted and killed, then that deals with the rest of the situation. Vastnesses are so cool. I mean, like teleporting, blood vengeance, blink ability, yeah. Ingerborg's Thicket. Satis clears out the Necromancer, and then I clear out Satis, including taking out a Marshmaster. Uruk gets that province that I sold them. Take out Bay of Plenty. Nawala attacking Knights. Kind of a pricey reconquest for them, but they got it. Here's Satis's main counter-raiding crew, which at this point, one of my Malika could actually beat, but I've been being really safe and stingy with them. Speaking of which, where is that guy? Oh, he has air. Okay. Because I did get Alt 5, which means that I have Body of Flames, which is a useful spell to be able to toss out. It doesn't help Malika at all because they can just do Fire Shield for the same effect, but it is useful on Sahirs. Urk cleared out these guys. Nazca tried to liberate themselves and failed. I guess we can go ahead and watch that on Turbo. But basically they don't have any troops anymore, so they've got nothing to run interference for all their mages. And they just get burnt to hell and back. This guy doesn't get burnt, but he still has no equipment. He doesn't have regen, so eventually he just gets chipped down. He is lucky for some reason. Alright. I think you see where this is going. Took out these guys. Took out the hawks that happened to be there. And those. Uram versus Banderlog, they just cleared out like 1 point of PD. Flegra took a peek at these shadow vessels, which means that we get to take a peek at these shadow vessels. Here's the Bless for Solaria. Obviously, they picked this Bless for their mages, not for shadow vessels. I'm surprised they even recruited shadow vessels, to be honest. I guess they're stealthy, but they have good defense, but no HP and no protection does not a good troop make. But it doesn't matter here because they're just beating up this one Cyclops. In Flagra tried to bust out, and you can see from the report I just showed you it didn't go well. But here's the thing. They're fighting against this Pythium Communion. They've got their usual communicants. We'll see exactly how many they have after the next spell goes off. They've got this Elder Cyclops with defense stacking and 17 MR. That's it. Here's their god, 15 MR. And then this Cyclops is clocking in at 9. You need MR around like 25 to stand up to Pythium, at least. And these guys aren't even cracking like 20. They're like 17. So now if we go ahead and look at this communion, are they casting Power of the Spheres before entering communion? Yeah. 22 communion slaves. So it's going to be like at least +3 penetration probably to these soul slays. And I say soul slave, I actually mean slave mines. And this guy is still alive until he finally gets enslaved and converted. So, which is also like a really good pickup for Pythium, because Pythium can Gift of Reason this guy to have some quality access they don't normally get. So, free goodies for Pythium, I guess. Rotmarsh cleaning that up. Pangea beat up these centaurs. And now let's watch this battle here. So you saw Arco's Colossus get killed earlier. Now here's what they've got inside the fort. They've got some of their famous hoplites. These are the weaker hoplites, but they're also much cheaper. Plenty of mystics. And on the Pangea side, we've got those Hierophants that were deployed for fighting the Colossus. Some Cataphracts, because your Pangea, you get Cataphracts. And then their White Centaurs. Dryads are here to bless everybody. I think that there's a prophet here. Yeah, this guy's here to bless everybody. The Dryads are here because I guess Wooden Warriors is useful, although they probably should have had a box formation for that. So, Centaurs advance. If you recall, here is their Murder Bless. Attack +4, Strength +8. Things are a little gummed up up front, because that's what happens. And watch this spot right here in the middle. Each turn, just a ton of these guys are getting lit up by falling fires. Like, that falling fire is just obliterated 7 squares or so. This guy, yeah, he just Power the Spheres and Phoenix Fire to get up to Fire 4, and now he's doing Hail of Fire. And these guys, they're susceptible to fire because of the Wooden Warriors cast, but even without Wooden Warriors, like, Wooden Warriors gave Susceptible 5, but Protection +10, and Fire is Armor Piercing, so that's kind of a wash. They're just incinerated by these spells. Like, Arco just needed to buy enough time to burn all these guys. Each time one of these fire magic spells hits, it just lights them up. It's one of the things that I don't like very much about playing as middle-aged Pangea, to be particular. They feel like a lot of one-trick pony to me with the nature and earth magic, and it's very easy for them to run into situations like Falling Fire spam that they have a hard time dealing with. So we can go ahead and fast forward through the rest of this. Some of these hoplites turn tail and flee, but they did their job. And so the result was 56 dead White Centaurs. Arco had a considerable loss of the spearmen, but those are super easy to replace. They only lost 1 mystic, which are harder to deal with. So that war continues. And Tianqi just drowns Iram in sheer numbers. I guess there's no one here to actually protect this place. Okay. Growth, Forest, Cult. That was convenient. But yeah, Iram has this elephant clock, which I think is hilarious. Look at this thing. Is that what you bring to a battlefield? It's got the crown of the Fire King, which Iram must have forged. It has Reform 100 because of this Phoenix Feather. It has 3 miscellaneous slots. And it casts Divine Blessing automatically for the army, which is pretty cool. Although it's not actually sacred itself. So, you need a giant mammal timepiece, then Iram's your nation. Got some stealthy guys. Built this giant fortress. So now we can start cranking out Mukaribs there. Do I want to make a Woodhenge Druid just to have a little bit more nature besides these shamans? Nah, probably not. Casting a bunch of packs of wolves around the place. Although I don't need this cast. Goal is to get more upkeep free patrollers to deal with all this blood hunting I've been doing. Because you look here, 72 unrest, 87, 44, 42. Like, I'm not keeping my people very happy. Which hasn't bit me yet, but I might want to think about that. Right. Abyssia seems to still be licking their wounds from their fight with Iram. Iram is making progress against Banderlog. Tianchi, I guess maybe I'll move you here. Oh, yeah. That should give me a good chance of making sure I see this battle, which I do not expect to go well for Tianchi. Because they've, like I've been saying this whole time, they've got no mage support, and you can't win Dominions without mage support. Has Iram had this throne in their cap circle the whole time and not bothered to cap it? Okay. The big thing Bannerlog has to figure out how to do is to neutralize the Iram god, who can cast Mind Duel a whole bunch of times to just kill several Bannerlog mages, since they all have Astral. If Banderlog can figure out a way to deal with that guy, whether it's just like a bunch of thugs with great swords or something else, then they'll have a much better time with all the other things. But they're not out of the woods yet. They've still got about 24 provinces, I'm estimating. But they definitely have an uphill battle now that they've lost some of these major encounters. Yeah, let's go ahead and get some more scouts around here. Okay, so that should do it for now. Yeah, we'll see where things go. See you next turn.